Welcome to the Living a Nordic Life podcast, where we explore a simpler, cosier and more intentional life the Nordic way. I'm Fiona McKenna, your Nordic living guide and founder of Living a Nordic Life, where I share all things Nordic living and show you that a Nordic life is the way to bring intentional calm and healthy habits into your own life, wherever you are in the world. Are you looking for ways to bring simplicity, coziness and calm into your life? Well, let me show you how. Visit the Living a Nordic Life website to explore how I can help you on your journey to simple, healthy and happy calm, the Nordic way. You can subscribe to the podcast right here. And if you want regular inspirational emails sent with love from Norway and straight to your inbox, don't forget to subscribe to the Living a Nordic Life newsletters. And so now let's dive into our episode. Hello! Let's talk about simple pleasures and slow days and the Nordic art of doing less outside. Not less inside, less outside. You might not have thought about this. Maybe you actually do it. My life has been pretty hectic recently. The kids just started back at school and I have one who started grade 2, one who started grade 10, which is the final year of senior school, of junior high school, which is a serious year because it's exams coming up. And my eldest has just started high school, sixth form. Well, actually, it's not sixth form. He started at agriculture college. So it's a bit different. It's all very different. And I felt this pressure to get back into a routine, like you always do, you know, when things restart after the summer holiday, whether you have kids or not, but especially if you have kids. And you feel a pressure to structure things. And particularly now that my days are my own again, because I've had 8 weeks of things really revolving around the children, making sure that they're doing things, maybe not working as much as I would normally. And certainly not being able to spend as much time writing and recording and trying to grab a few minutes here and there, but a lot of it much more relaxed. But instead of regaining time straight away, I feel like I'm pushing myself to get back into heavy duty work really quickly. And when we feel a pressure like that, we lose sight of the things that make every day precious and the things that keep us grounded. That's really important. And rather than thinking about the present, we're thinking about what we need to be doing next. What's the next thing we're doing? What's the next thing we're doing? And we're never there in that moment, are we? It's about the simple pleasures that come from taking time to look out of the window, walk in nature, and take a cup of coffee outside. It's when we feel this overwhelming pressure from the world that it's important to take time and make a few moments in our day for simple pleasures. It's what we would call hygge, those normal, everyday things. They can be little refuges away from the craziness of modern life, which we feel all the time, don't we? And those moments of stillness and quiet when we remind ourselves to be present in the moment and we are not constantly thinking about the next thing that we're supposed to be doing. Here in the Nordics, and in Norway especially, this is something that many people use nature for. They get outside every day. And when I say use nature, what I actually mean is just getting outside. I don't mean using it, you know, like a kind of tool, although I suppose it is. But it's literally just stepping out the door. It's a kind of ritual here to get outside every day. And in the UK or the USA or Australia or Germany or wherever it is you happen to live, we might think that that means something to do, that we have to go for a jog. We have to go for a walk. We have to take a hike. We have to take the dog out for a walk. But in the Nordics, it just means being in nature. You don't have to have any structure to it. You don't have to have any purpose. You can just be in nature. We don't need to have an agenda. And we don't even need to be doing anything. In fact, in these moments, it's better not to do. We can just let nature seep into our souls. in its gentle and slow way. We can let the sound of bird song, or the wind in the trees, or the slow moving sound of a river or a stream calm us down and slow our heart rates and lower our blood pressure, which is what it does when we're calm. If you just stop and allow yourself a few moments to breathe, listen to things, listen to the wind in the leaves blowing in the wind. You know what I mean. But it is calming. So instead of rushing out of the door and starting a fast jog or a purposeful walk to somewhere, why not take a calm and slow walk along a riverbank if you've got one? Or stop for a few moments outside and make a hot drink over a fire, if you can do that. Lighting a campfire and brewing coffee takes time, doesn't it? Or just heating up water takes time. It's not like flicking the switch on a kettle and waiting for the water to boil. You probably do that and then wander off and do something else if you're like me. I think, it's going to be a couple of minutes. I'll just go and do so and so. But if you're outside and you're with a fire, you have to stop there and watch it. It's purposeful, it's intentional, and it's deliberately slow. We have to stop and wait for the water to boil. And even after a few minutes, you start to feel yourself slowing down and the outdoors gently calming you down. We find ourselves listening to the sounds of nature around us and observing passing insects, maybe watching what they're doing, those tiny little things that you wouldn't notice normally, like where is that ant going? Or watching a bee go from flower to flower, or the sound of the wind on the leaves in the trees. So, today, or tomorrow, hopefully every day, try and invite nature into your life. Rather than rushing out and simply getting from one place to another, put aside 20 minutes or so to do nothing outside. Nothing. Put on your shoes, step out of the door, and head towards somewhere green. Now, I know not everybody is as lucky as me that you can step out almost out the door into a forest, or that you don't have a garden. Maybe you have a terrace, or maybe you have a few plants in pots, or perhaps there's a park near you, or just a few trees nearby. Head for the greenery. Head for something that's growing. And just wander. Don't have a purpose. Don't think I've got to get there, I've got to get there, I've got to get there. Don't. Just listen to the sounds of nature around you, because if there's a tree, even one tree, I can guarantee that it's going to have a bird in it. At least one. And birds never shut up. So you're going to hear that. And you're going to see insects. And maybe touch the tree. Smell the ground. You don't have to get down and sniff it, because that would look a little bit weird. But if you're walking, you can smell it. And the change might not be immediate. It never is. I notice this when I go out. Sometimes I go out and I think, I have to get outside. And I go out and I just wander in the forest. And it never happens immediately, that slowing down and that calming down. It takes a little bit of time, and you find yourself walking fast. And then after 5 minutes, you're walking a little bit slower. By the time you get to 10 minutes, you've really slowed down. And if you can stay out for half an hour, you can really feel your heart rate slow down, your blood pressure drop, and you start to feel happier. Your mood raises. And I promise you that after a few minutes, you will find yourself slowing down, actively listening and appreciating the simple pleasures of letting nature into your life without any end goal, except to just be a part of it and the world that is around you, that natural world. So, slow down a little bit outside, don't have any kind of purpose, and enjoy the simple pleasures of nature. All of this is something that I have had to learn to do myself. It doesn't just come naturally. And as you know, I'm not Norwegian, I'm English, although I've lived in Norway for a long time. But these are things that I've had to learn, and things that I have learnt from living here and being around Norwegians for so long. Learning how to let friluftsliv, that's what we're talking about, into my life in different ways is something that I share in my new book, which is called Friluftsliv, How to Love the Outdoors Like You're Nordic. It's available now on Amazon, so you can go and look for it. You can search for me, or you can look for the book itself, or you can go straight to the Living a Nordic Life website and you will find a link there with a little bit about it. You can have a look, at a preview and decide if it's something that you want to embrace in your life. And whether you get the book or not, I strongly recommend you do think about getting outside a lot more, finding ways to get outside, because it really does make your life richer. And I will see you in the next episode. If you've enjoyed this episode, please subscribe to the Living a Nordic Life newsletters so you can get an email when I release a new episode. It's a quick and easy way to keep up with all things Nordic living. Please visit livinganordiclife.com. You can listen to Living a Nordic Life on lots of podcast apps, including Spotify, Apple Podcast, Google Podcasts, and plenty of others. If you've enjoyed the Living a Nordic Life podcast, why not leave me a rating? So that's the end of Living a Nordic Life for today, and I look forward to seeing you next time.